Janet Bomb. Let's see how well you explode.
This is how I treat the enemy of the people.
A henchman has died.
And then they're just gone. They're standing in the fire. They vanish. Oh my gosh. Ivan, you monster. You cut the team in half. Oh, here comes Eli. Hey, Janet owed me lunch. I'm looking for her. Where's she at? I have not seen her. Not at all. And the tech is coming. Oh, yep. No. I thought the tech was going to pick up the body bags, but Ivan doesn't even leave body bags. Incredible. One of the tourists has an affinity for cards. He's always flicking a lighter and making people nervous. Find out who he is and what game he is really playing.
I've been looking for a place to use my talents. I could make this place the hottest thing around.
We'll see. I always check up on the people I hire, Incendio. If that is your real name.
It's not.
I'll find out who you are and how you manage to be in two places at once. Or to be two people at once.
Tiny Dense Macau holds the current world record for gambling revenue per capita. Is this a real thing? Macau and gambling, Google.
Research has been paused.
Wikipedia article, of course. Yes, Macau is the gambling capital of the world. I feel like that was a fact that I would just have known, but nope, that was a new one to me. Incendio, known for seeming to be in two places at once. So that is the trick. He has a magic show going on, which is his perfect alibi for pulling off criminal activities.
Something is wrong.
Oh man, I've actually played this side story before, but I've not gotten the whole story.
My minions have learned how you manage to be two places at once. You had a partner.
He's dead now, and I don't want to talk about it. We've all got our pasts. We've all got a little darkness in us.
Darkness, you say?
You know who I am? Fine. Let me show you what I can do.
Alright, Incendio, show us some good old tricks. Make things fancy. And now, I will revel in your dumbstruck little faces. Human beings are easily confused because of their limited knowledge of the universe. Anybody out there, WandaVision? Great show. Apparently this is his whole deal. He just spins the cards and purple stars. I mean, you gotta give it to he's got flair.
You're lying, Weezer. You said you'd make this the hottest place around.
And I did. Look at all the attention you're getting.
The wrong kind of attention. You pay for the damage. You pay for everything.
I never pay for anything if I can help it. Not even my drinks.
Flourish! No, you just do it. You don't say it, honey.
An inferno is raging in your leg.
Find that intruder and bring them in for questioning.
You have a
Alright, gotta capture somebody in the casino? Well, that's a job for Iris. Ooh, we got investigators here at the same time. That is unfortunate.
Minion has caught fire.
Oh, our stuff is burning down. No.
A minion has
Why?
caught fire.
I hate rebuilding the casino.
Multi tap.
My beautiful casino. No, montañas. Ah, Atomic Olga at the same time. Well, things are going to get interesting here. Well, meanwhile, one mercenary did manage to capture Incendio here, so good job, Philomena Ponchik. Oh, they're a magic enthusiast. How poetic. The game has a way with making things work out. The investigators are none the wiser. Yeah, you guys didn't see anything. No fires, no fires.
This is what we call from Russia with love.
Oh, good one, Ivan. I'll do you one better. Now, Incendio, for a song of ice and fire.
A trap has been
Oh, no. Collateral damage. No. Olivia, I told you not to walk in the background of an interrogation. For your own good.
We're learning a great deal about you. All your tricks are laid bare.
I'm learning too. And if you think I won't use what I discovered to take my revenge, you don't know me at all.
The only thing you learn is just how hot it can get for you here.
But where there's fire, there's always smoke.
Where did he go? Just disappeared. I doubt we've seen the last of him.
Side story chapter 2. Looks like you've got a tourist infestation. There doesn't seem to be such a thing as a tourist exterminator, so you'll have to solve the problem at the source. Whatever that is. Time to scare off these pesky tourists. Will I never be rid of them? Let me while away my schemes in peace.
responding.
Alright, tourists, so you're getting the message? This is not a place that you want to cross. Do not interfere with my plans. Alright, Eli, only one more tourist to scare off. I know you'll do it with style. These mysterious valets. They're not saying my pleasure after guests thank them. Something is badly wrong. I love that they just randomly made Eli like 8 feet tall. And it's not just his hair, he's literally head and shoulders over everybody else. Like, these are full-grown men, and Eli just here, the Hercules among everybody else.
Incendio! I should have known. You sent those tourists and those so-called valets. This is all you're doing.
I had to make sure your humiliation had an audience. You caged me, and I won't forget that.
A second-rate crime lord trying to take me down? I've seen this show before, and it's overrated.
Soon the whole world will know I beat you at your own game.
Alright, Incendio, you have shown your face, and that was a mistake. Crime Lord, kill this person. Don't be worried about killing Incendio here. You are going to get a chance to recruit him in the next side story. You have to defeat him here, and he's going to do the standard villain escape in a puff of smoke. Yes. Alejandro Yun with the decent uppercut. Bring him down. Defeat this crime lord.
The magic
Incredible.
all along.
I mean, look at those. Look at those muscles. You could be a henchman, man. Please, DLC, let me promote minions to henchmen. Where did all these goons come from? They, like, literally just appeared right here. My guess is it's something to do with how I was running the game on fast forward. Alright, this is the stage where if you want to be able to recruit Incendio, you have to check capture instead of kill. Whenever they have this trait, potential henchman, that is your key. That now it is time to make the decision.
You want this one alive?
Incendio, you've appeared at the wrong place. We were already prepared. Oh.
A small fire.
Did he even get an attack off?
You'll be playing solitaire for a long time, magician.
It could be worse. This is as good a place as any to lay low.
Laying low? On my island? What sort of trouble should I expect?
Another magician, terrible beard, cheap magic tricks, willing to kill.
As if one of you weren't dangerous enough.
Incendio side story, chapter 3, Fire in the Hole. Incendio is safe in his cell. In fact, he seems relieved. Your spies say a cabal of magicians have been trying to kill him. If you destroy them, Incendio will be loyal unto you.
My minions have just seen you performing live in Rome when you're clearly here, rotting in this cell. Explain.
I knew it. Some people just won't stay dead.
Your partner, you mean? I thought he'd been killed.
I thought so too. That double-crosser, Ignacio. He and his friends have taken their show on the road.
Looks like that road has led them to my doorstep. Tell me, what's the price of your loyalty?
These goons have either come to be a part of the worst two-faced cosplay party ever, or for Ignacio.
You had good reason to suspect Ignacio was dead, didn't you? After all, you rigged that smoke machine to kill him.
Clearly, it didn't work. Ignacio tricked me somehow. That lousy cheat.
I doubt it was a clever trick. I suspect he just held his breath.
You asked me the price of my loyalty. Kill Ignacio, and I'll pledge myself to your cause, whatever it is.
We're going to light a flame under the world.
Welcome to Montañas, Ignacio. You seem to be an expert in the finer levels of life. What is that symbol? So it's supposed to be... Is that Ignacio's head with the mask half over it? No rigged smoke machine this time, Ignacio. This gas will be much harder to avoid. Choke on your aspirations, will you? Coward. Truly a coward. He keeps running away along the balcony. Throw him over the edge, Ming! Throw him overboard!
I'm finally free of him. What do we do now?
There are many jobs for a cold-blooded killer with a fiery temper. You'll find them on the notice board.
I do love a captive audience.
Or an audience of captives.
All the world is a stage, and Incendio is perhaps the flashiest of the players. Alright guys, Incendio has joined the team. Time to see what this henchman brings to the table. The card table in particular, because here Incendio shines within the cover operation. He is seen as a deception type henchman and will spend more time in the cover operation than any of your other henchmen. He has this unique animation while he is talking to the different infiltrating agents, showing him, hypnotizing them, convincing them that they really don't want to go through that conspicuous back door to investigate the rest of your lair. He damages their skill and resolve when this animation finishes, and it's not actually damaging them any more than the conversations your other henchmen have. It's just that Incendio is set to automatically spend more time out here in the casino than those other henchmen who will just randomly wander by only a few times. This prioritization that he gives to the cover operation synergizes well with his abilities. Okay, let's see if we can get Incendio's first ability off here without it being interrupted by a conversation. So he has this area of effect he starts to channel. He draws in agents and tourists alike, and then at the end of the trick, he is going to explode, dealing resolve damage to everyone involved. He does about 20 resolve damage to everyone caught in that radius. So this synergizes really well with the priority he already has to spending time in the cover operation. The fact that you can catch an entire group of agents walking through the front door all together is really useful, even though it's not doing a ton of resolve damage to a single target. It's helping weaken the resolve of that entire group, which can be just as effective. The real strength that Incendio brings to the cover operation comes in the early game. His side stories open up before you are able to get any of the advanced cover operation items or recruit any of the advanced deception minions. And so early on in the game, I find that your cover operation is just really lacking. It doesn't have the tools it needs to completely deter agents from getting all the way through the back door. Being able to plug Incendio into the casino early on in the game and shore up a lot of the weaknesses that it has is very, very useful. He is awesome to just recruit and then let go. You don't have to micromanage him. He's automatically going to be there, automatically going to be doing exactly what you want, which is deterring agents without them ever troubling any of your operations or your minions. Then if you have a particularly stubborn group arrive, or something that you do want to put a little bit more attention to, a little bit more micromanagement into, you can use his ability Magic Trick to help do that area of effect resolve damage to all of the agents. His second ability here, Misdirection, is an extremely unique ability. It is the only ability that is purely a toggle. He can flip it on, he can flip it off, it doesn't cost him anything, and what it means is that he will avoid any conversations with tourists while he has Misdirection activated. The tourists in Evil Genius 2 are meant to be annoying. They just come and they have conversations with your minions and also with your henchmen, and you cannot give your men any orders while they're having a conversation with a tourist. You have to present that front that, oh yes, we're just, a friendly operation, we're totally legitimate, we love talking to customers. We don't, because it takes away valuable time from your minions actually doing jobs and your henchmen doing what you want them to do. So because he is spending so much time automatically here in the cover operation, it's really nice that they gave him this toggle to be able to avoid the pit traps of the tourists that are out here. So if you really need him somewhere else in the base or doing some other job, you can turn it on and then get him where you want him immediately. There's really no downside to just leaving it on forever. There's no cooldown. You can just keep it on. The only reason that I often leave it off is because I like the way he looks better in red and this burgundy rather than the black and white of having Misdirection on. But that's really the only reason I do it. You can, if you want to make him just that hair more efficient, always leave it on, and then he'll still talk to agents, but he won't talk to tourists. Here we go, just wanted to confirm with an example that he does still talk to agents while he has Misdirection running, which is what you want. You want him hitting the resolve and skill of the agents, getting them to be turned away by his wily charms, but this will make him avoid any conversations with tourists. So yeah, it gets that extra percentage of efficiency out of the character. You can really take it or leave it, but it does have these fringe uses that it's nice that it was included into his kit. It does have a cooldown once you flip it off, so it's not quite the true toggle on and off whenever you want it. You do have to wait the cooldown to cycle. It's pretty quick after you turn it off, but it is still there. So overall, I love Incendio out here in the cover operation. The fact that he just naturally prioritizes things here is just so refreshing. I love not having to micromanage what he's doing out here and just know that he is in the cover operation doing what I want him to do without having to have any input from me. Alright, Incendio, time to lend your fire support to this battle! Ha ha! My love for this character really starts to break down once we get into his combat. He holds up a card and then he casts Fireball on the target, and it will damage the target and it will damage everybody around the target. You see here he was aiming here. Oh no, that was my hitman. You see here he was aiming at our demolition squatty, and after a brief cooldown, he's going to keep on knocking them over. It gets really buggy as to when they get knocked down. It might not look like Incendio is doing that much single target damage here, but because it is affecting everybody around his target, he really is pulling more than just that single target damage. The problem here is that this damage is indiscriminate. He damages your minions, your henchmen around them. He crowd controls all of your own minions as well. He's going to be knocking them down. So if you're surrounding your enemies with these low quality worker minions, it just turns into absolute carnage. He's going to do as much damage to your own side as to the enemy. And the very worst part about this is that it also damages items. I had a laser trap here to begin with and 2 security cameras. They're all gone now because Incendio destroyed them. The game also helpfully says, oh, an item has been destroyed, but it doesn't prompt you to be able to replace things automatically when things are destroyed, which I find just really bothersome. It would be an incredible quality of life improvement if they allowed us to have, just at the touch of a button, replace destroyed items, either from fires or from situations like this, where you have saboteurs. Saboteurs also so annoying as the enemy agents. Just being able to, at a press of a button, say, yeah, whatever I planned to build, rebuild it if it's gotten destroyed. It means that you have to do a lot more micromanagement to come in and replace the items. And in a lot of cases, like say out here in the casino, if a fight breaks out where you've put up a lot of decoration items and some other things, and he starts breaking those down, you're going to have to remember what exactly you'd placed, where you wanted it. All that detail work that you spent at some point just erased by Incendio's fireball is really, really maddening. Also, if you have these fights breaking out in the early game where there's just a lot of the basic yellow worker minions getting involved in the fight, you can pile up body bags so deep that they're going to be lined up around the incinerators for hours, and just waves of desertions as the body bags deplete the morale of your minions. Let's see, yeah, body bag, losing morale slowly. And this stacks per body bag affected. It doesn't show you that, but that is my understanding of how it works. So large clumps of body bags is going to rapidly deplete minion morale, and in high traffic areas like this, you're going to end up then seeing waves of desertions among your minions, which are extremely frustrating early on in the game. You can start to mitigate this once you get enough incinerators and a large enough workforce and other items to be able to improve minion morale. So by the mid and late game you should be fine, but early on in the game is when I find I have the biggest issue with that. So that's Incendio, guys. His side story, his abilities, his passives. He is one of the more uniquely designed characters with so many interesting pieces going on. He has a better priority on being in the casino than any of the other henchmen. He has area of effect damage off of his basic attack, which nobody else has. Even though it really looks like Jackie should have it, she doesn't. It's Incendio who truly does. Also his toggle ability here, and then the area of effect resolve damage, all very unique, very well tailored to being the deception henchman linchpin out there in the casino, just automatically deterring agents. I know that I've probably repeated myself a lot from my henchmen tier list, but I still wanted to make this video to be able to show off just Incendio, shine the personal spotlight on this guy. I have a love-hate relationship with him. The fact that he does so much collateral damage with his basic attacks makes him really challenging to use. I really don't like having him involved in those combats where he's going to end up hurting my own minions, killing so many of my own guys, and especially destroying my own items. So I end up doing micromanagement to particularly keep him away from large fights, which is just, it is bothersome. But he does have his advantages for sure in what he brings to the cover operation. And if you really need that backup fire support, you know, kill the agents at all costs, then he is still your guy. If you like that thematic piece of being the fire mage who's casting fireball and just unleashing absolute mayhem. His golden combat opportunity is when there's a fight in an empty corridor and he's facing off against the enemy agents, and he can just chuck out fireballs and basically stun lock them because he's going to keep on knocking them to the ground. Then he becomes a security force on his own, but that is an extremely niche situation, very hard to manufacture. Don't think that you're going to be able to get it off very often. When you do get it off, it just absolutely sings, but otherwise, Incendio's performances in combat end up bombing a little bit. He flops a little bit there. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment down below, and let me know how you have used Incendio. Do you like putting him into combat where he can kill so many of your own minions and items, or what are the tricks around how you navigate those fights? And subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you guys, and have a good one.